talk about the newest addition. You just added a really top player in your secondary, a player that plays Philadelphia way very aggressively. What can you tell us about Chauncey Gardner-Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you said it. You know, he loves football. He's so passionate about the game, and you see that in the way he plays. And then he's got a skill set that really we were looking for. And, you know, it's hard to kind of cross everything off your checklist during off season, and whether it was in free agency or the draft, we were trying to add to that position with a guy who had coverage ability, who had the flexibility to come in, cover slot receiver, cover a tight end, but also, you know, was a reliable tackler, could blitz, and really excited about the opportunity to get Chauncey. I think he's going to fit into the city, into our defense really well. Obviously, we got him late, so there's a little bit of a learning curve here, but I think that our fans are going to love how he plays, and I just know from talking to him, obviously he went to the right college, Angelo, you know, but I just know from talking to him how passionate, how excited he is to be a member of the Eagles and our football community.
Howie, here's the
That's going to be that dude, man. That's going to be that dude. Philly fans are going to love him. He's so aggressive on the field. Little cocky son of a man. Pisses people off. It's going to be great.
thing that we owe as to why. When you look back on a situation like that, Howie, do you start to wonder how you came up with Reagor over Jefferson? Do you try to make sure you don't do the same kind of thing the next time? Take us into your mindset on what happened with Reagor.
Yeah, I think one of my many weaknesses is that I spend more time thinking about my mistakes than I do any of the successes that we may have had. You know, I think it continually motivates me to get better. And so whenever we do something like that, I go back and I look at the process and how we came to that decision. And, you know.
Listen, I've talked a lot about Howie Roseman's drafting, and he was hired in 2000. Just remember that. Some of the things that he's going to say right here are just interesting.
Listen, it's obvious. You know, I'm not going to sit here and lie that we'd love to have that moment back. Now, I believe that all of these moments, they lead to where you're getting. Like, I feel like when we won a world championship, there were some mistakes made in that process, but they led us to get where we wanted to be. So I can't go back in time and change it. You know, all I can do is try to learn from it and get better. And so I think a lot of the messages there is like, you know, we just got to take the best players at all times. We don't have to worry so much about fit or what we have on the team. And, you know, you go back to that moment, we had two tight ends who were really good in the middle of the field. Greg Ward was coming off a really good year in the slot. And so we were looking for a specific role as opposed to, you know, just kind of grading the players. And
yeah, he's saying we, but, like, it was just you, Howie. Like, everybody knows it was just you. We saw the video of you trying to dap everybody up, and the dude at the end didn't want to dap you up because he's a scout, and he was pissed off you didn't listen to him. Everybody knew who the better player was. You were trying to be the genius, but it's over now.
And you know, that's on me, 100%. You know, at the end of the day, I'm responsible for all that. I take responsibility, but I also promise you one thing. If I make a mistake, I'm going to do everything in my power to make it up.
A.J. Brown, everybody is dying to see A.J. Brown. Could you kind of give us a sense for what kind of impact you think he will have on this offense this season?
Well, A.J. Brown is a physical freak. I mean, when he runs with the ball in the open field, he hates to be tackled, and nobody wants to tackle him. And I think when you look at the guy and the catch radius and the route running and the play strength he comes in with, I mean, he couldn't be more excited. And I think the beautiful thing when we look at those guys is they all kind of complement each other, right? Like Devontae, let's not forget how good Devontae Smith is and what he can do as a route runner with his hands and his length and his speed. And then Quez, obviously, like his vertical threat, he is as fast as anyone in the National Football League. The guy that I think we're all sleeping on, and it's so funny because I was thinking about this last night, and I'm like, I got to go talk to this guy today because of how excited I am for him this year, is Dallas Goedert, you know? And I understand it. Everyone's excited about A.J. I'm excited about A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith in his second year and Jalen and our offensive line. But this guy, man, this guy is another physical freak. This guy really can do everything you're looking for from the tight end position. He's really come into his own. his work ethic, and I think he's one of the guys that we haven't really talked about enough, about how good of a player he is and how good he is for our football team.
It's going to be a lot of fun starting Sunday at 1. You can have lunch with Howie Roseman and get a tour of the Novicat complex. They're also going to give you 4...
All right, I don't want to hear all that. All right, so there you have it. That was Howie Roseman on WIP this morning at 9 o'clock. And I just want to say, like, when I first saw the quotes being posted on Twitter, I thought, like, why, I thought, like, I don't know, man. Like, it's kind of like lame to, like, say you made a mistake as the GM of the team, and then, but then when I heard him saying it, I kind of respect it. I kind of respect the transparency that he's doing. I thought he was just going to come on here and be like, we believed in Jalen Reagor. It just didn't work out here. Something very predictable and vanilla, if you will. But I guess the fact that he came on here and basically said, listen, I have a lot of weaknesses as beings do. And I'm still learning and getting better. I respect that. I respect that transparency. That's very humble. It's a very humble take. It's a very humble mindset for someone in a position of Howie Roseman. And I think him not being humble in certain times is probably what led to him making some draft mistakes. Every GM makes draft mistakes. Drafts are a crapshoot. It is what it is. Drafts are NBA draft, NFL draft, but I think I think I respect that, his transparency, the fact that he said, I made a mistake on the Jalen Reagor pick, and we wish we could have it back if we could have it back.